survival, then nobody go through what me and Pat Zeller went through, dude. Straight up. I mean, I thought fucking, 5 foot of sandbags was gonna be enough for my apartment downstairs. And literally, dude, by 11 a.m., man, I needed 7 fucking feet of fucking sandbags, dude, like straight up.
You left in the middle of the storm, right?
What do you
When it
mean?
was going on?
What do you mean I left in the middle of it?
When it was like still going on, the storm, the hurricane? It was still like all windy
I
and
didn't
everything?
leave anywhere. I jumped from my balcony behind the Silver Witch, which I don't know if you know where that's at. It's corner of Crescent and Estero. I jumped from my neighbor's balcony, my upstairs neighbor's balcony, to the stairwell that goes up to the 2 apartments that's above the surf shop, that corner gift shop.
Like where Kilwins is, that chocolate shop?
No,
Where the pier is?
No, I'm by the Salty Crab.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm kitty corner from the Salty Crab.
Is it still there?
What?
The salty crab?
No, that's the roof is on the ground next to the fucking Margaritaville, and Margaritaville's what saved me, because that Margaritaville, they had like some structure here, which was behind the antique cigar shop, and then they had the structure that was connected to the Salty Crab. That and the brick building that I was in after, the second building, that, like, my house would have been gone way sooner. Way sooner, because those buildings, those cement buildings, were taking all the hits. I was taking the momentum away from the waves,
Right.
and it was cutting the waves, basically into like 3. So, yeah, come like 2:15-ish maybe, I finally got my fucking roommate off his ass, and I had my dog strapped up and ready to fucking go. And that's when we jumped from the deck to the stairwell. My dog, I fucking tied a belt around took my belt off, I put my belt around the under of his front arms, and I pulled it as tight as I could, and I had to make a hole. I did that. I strapped him on, and my buddy was outside, waiting on me to come, and I was sitting inside, like, fucking kind of trying to, like, prep my dog, because we were, like, it was insane. Like, I knew as soon as he saw what was going on, he was gonna freak the fuck out. And I don't have a small dog, dude. I have,
A chow is a big dog.
yeah, I
to
had a
handle.
60-pound chow. Like, it's not like I could just fucking put that thing on my back and fucking jump 6 feet and fucking.
I bet they get scared, like,
Yeah.
kind of easy.
Oh, the chows?
Yeah.
I mean, they're super protective and temperamental, so it's not necessarily that they get scared, but they get fucking pissed, dude.
Right.
But, so I was talking him up, kind of prepping him, and I'm like, all right, dude, here we go. And I had a hold of him. I had a hold of the belt, and I'm like this. I'm holding him like this. And I opened the door, and I didn't even open the door. I just turned the knob and, like, maybe pushed it. Like, I could probably see like a 1/4 inch of outside, and the door fucking, whoo, it went fucking flying, dude. Well, first it hit the corner of that section of the house right there, and then it went fucking flipping, dude. And that's when my dog went to bite me, and he almost got me. And then I was like, we gotta go, come on, buddy. Like, and I went to fucking grab him again. Fucking, like, literally, like, he was like, I was afraid he was gonna bite my arm off. And so I finally, I couldn't fucking stay, dude. Like, the deck, the planks on the deck were fucking snapping up. Like, literally, like, every, like, 40 seconds when the next wave would come in. So I said, fuck it, and I hopped over, like, probably like 4 missing planks. I hopped over and I got to the railing, and I was up on the railing. I was holding on too. I was on this railing, like I was standing up and I was like this. I was holding on, and fucking the wave came, and I like almost lost balance. I was holding on, and as soon as that wave, like, you know, they come and then they come out, they come. So as soon as it fucking hit, and I could hear and feel the house like uprooting, like being taken from the fucking foundation. And I as I let go and as I was standing up, I jumped. And I almost jumped over the railing, but I fucking caught the railing, and I was like hanging on the railing like this. And I look over, and there's my fucking dog in the doorway with no door, barking. And you could completely tell, like, the demeanor changed. Like, he was barking for me to, like, come get his ass. Like, he wasn't barking, like, out of anger. He was barking out of, like, desperation. And I didn't leave that railing. I sat there and hung onto that railing and just watched my fucking house fucking float into the canal. And literally the whole time he was standing in that fucking doorway just staring at me, barking, dude. It was fucked up. It was fucked up. And then I fucking, I'm on the railing like this. I fucking come over and I fucking look to my side. I look to my side, and there's a fucking, like, probably, I don't know, 10-year-old fucking kid, 8-year-old kid, fucking, not floating by. Well, he was floating, but it wasn't just like floating. Like, he was with the fucking current.
He was by himself?
He was dead. Well, then, like, literally probably like 20 feet behind him, because I was, like, the building was like this, so, like, I can't see past the building, I can just see what comes past the building. And the kid came fucking floating by, dead as a fucking doornail.
Oh, God.
And then literally, like, 20 feet behind him was some fucking fat person, like, I'm assuming. And then we saw, like, 3, I think it was 4, but I think it was 3, because I think we saw one of the same bodies twice.
Oh, God.
But fucking,
oh my God,
they were fucking floating, and that's when I was like, fucking, like, kind of like came to. I'm like, all right, we got to get in these units, And luckily we were, John, I forget his last name, Rashawn or whatever, LaShawn. He was at his house. He's got a big 6-story blue house on Crescent Street by Margaritaville, and he was giving us the codes to the doors, but the fucking doors wouldn't work.
Oh, no.
The codes wouldn't work because the fucking doors,
power was out.
Well, it was battery powered, but I'm assuming because it was wet.
Yeah.
So the codes weren't working. They got these little key boxes, and the codes weren't working for that. So me and my buddy Pat said, fuck it, and I picked up a piece of driftwood that was floating. I mean, the shit was everywhere. And I fucking smashed the outer layer of the hurricane-proof glass. Mm-hmm. And that shattered. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking easy, Like, I didn't think there was another piece of glass behind it. So I was sitting there, and I was hitting it with the 2x4, and this fucking stormproof glass would not go. It didn't go anywhere. In fact, I didn't even break that open. I spidered it enough to where, I think you just passed me. I spidered it enough to where I could push it in and get my arm in there and unlock the window. Well, before that, I'm fucking hitting this, or I'm hitting this thing like this. Boom. Boom! And all of a sudden, the fucking door opened. The fucking door opened, dude. And I looked up, and I'm like, "Holy fuck, there is a God!" And so me and my buddy Pat ran in there. Well, we ran in there. Pat was in the living room or whatever by the kitchen, where the waves. We were on the second deck of the surf shop. The waves were fucking when they were hitting above the sliding screen doors. Like, that's how high the fucking waves were. Like I was
on
in
the
like
second story?
on the second story. I was in like 15 foot of water, dude.
That has never happened ever around here.
Biblical, dude. So I'm in the back, so he's up front watching that shit, freaking the fuck out. I'm in the back room watching out the side window, literally watching the surf club just being taken away by fucking pieces, dude. Like,
Did you
like
think what?
sections.
Did you think the building that you were in was gonna be taken away too?
Dude, every time, so all right, so I'm looking at the surf club, and all of a sudden, you know, the waves are hitting the back of the building wall, you know, when they come in, and the fucking building, like literally, boom, you would be like this on the second floor,
man.
moving, like every 40 seconds.
Oh man.
So I'm watching the surf club fucking being just fucking ripped apart, and then all of a sudden, you know, you hear the waves, you feel the waves hitting. Well, that wave hit, boom, and then the floor came up. I was like this, dude.
Oh.
The concrete mortar came up through the tile, and I'm like this, and I'm like, oh my fucking Pat, we gotta go, dude.
Yeah, you left there too?
I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta figure out fucking something, dude. This is about to collapse. This is getting ready to collapse. So we went back outside and we started working on the window again. And that's when I got it to where I could push it through and fucking unlock it. And I lifted it up, and those windows out there, I mean, there's only like this much room, dude.
Right.
I had to like suck.
Yeah.
I'm a thin dude. I'm a thin dude.
Yeah,
I
you
literally
just
had
barely
to
made it through.
suck everything in, and Pat had grabbed a blanket to put over the glass, and I jumped in, and I went and I unlocked the door for him to get in. And then we sat there, so that was all probably at about 2:40.
Right in the middle of it. Yeah, I know that time.
Yeah.
That was when I had to leave the
Yeah,
house.
that was, I mean, the high tide, or the tide didn't change. High tide wasn't until 4 o'clock. So we were in the cement building from about 2:15 to the rest of the time. But for the storm, like the actual part of the storm, I mean, it pretty much stopped at 4 o'clock. I mean, there was still wind whipping everywhere and shit, but we knew at 4 because the water started rushing out. So we knew at 4 that we really only had to make it like another like 3 hours before, you
And
know,
it went by so slow.
before that building collapse type deal. But yeah, it went by super slow. And don't forget, like the wind was still blowing. Like
That wind
there
was like
still,
traumatizing.
So it was like 165 miles per hour.
It really
dude.
was, yeah.
But you could, like, the whole time you got gutters smashing against the house because they're halfway on, halfway off, and ripping and roaring.
Ripping things off like it was nothing, like
It
trees.
was fucking
big
crazy.
trees.
Oh, there's no
falling.
trees down there. There's no trees.
Yeah, that's
down
what I'm
there.
saying. It
I
ripped
had
them
a
out of
tree.
the ground.
I had a
like,
tree bigger than this, dude. I had a tree like it looked like a bird cage. It was one of those.
What are we waiting for?
I'm just waiting on my buddy to pick me up here. He should be here any minute. He's.
I know it's gonna get dark in
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna lose sunlight. Do you know where he is? I could bring you to him.
That's Siri, dial 2392.